Hi guys, it's time for me to finally address the elephant in the room. Me. No, but actually, let's just get into it. It's gonna be a long one, I feel. I feel like I could talk about this for hours, so sit back, get a snack, enjoy. This isn't a podcast episode. I just wanted to film it like a long podcast episode almost, but I just want it to be a video. But I have my mic just to make things a little nicer, you know? Also, my curtain bangs are cut. I kind of hate them. I can't style them correctly, so I might honestly just tuck them behind my ear for now. I'm moving back home to New York, and here's why. I just want to give a little trigger warning, disclaimer. We're going to be talking a lot about mental health today, and not just a little bit, like a lot. And I'm going to open up and really explain to you what I've been feeling, that I feel I need to go back to New York. It's not something I'm just like, ugh, I'm tired of Florida, time to go. Like, I truly don't think I would last here, but we'll get into that. Just a warning, it's going to be very deep about mental health and stuff like that, so just be warned. I guess a little backstory. I have always had depression, anxiety. I've always had anxiety ever since I was a kid, and depression I've struggled with since high school, I would say. I'm 23 now, so long time. Specifically, I hit my lowest, I would say, in 2020. I guess a lot of people were struggling in 2020, but that's when I was having thoughts of hurting myself, and I asked for help, and I got help, and I've been on medication ever since. And it's been under control. I've still been on medication. I am on 2 different medications for my anxiety and my depression, and they do help. And if you are struggling, I do encourage you to go ask for help. It's the best thing I ever did. But that's just a little backstory. Mental health for me is nothing new. It's something I really struggle with every single day, and I wish I didn't, and I hate myself for it sometimes. But I just have to remember that everyone struggles, and sometimes people struggle more than others, and that's okay. I feel like a common theme with my mental health is a feeling of not feeling like I belong and abandonment issues. Not feeling like I belong, I would say, has been my whole life. I've always felt very different from people around me, and I couldn't really explain why. I always felt different from my family, like my extended family. Nothing they ever did. I was just always different. And then when I was 13, I found out that I was adopted, and it kind of all made sense to me. And being adopted doesn't affect me, really. I love my parents. It doesn't affect my relationship with them, but I do think it affects I think deep down it has affected me, that I feel like I don't belong anywhere. No one has ever made me feel that way, but I think I found out I was adopted 10 years ago. And I kind of wasn't really allowed to feel emotions about it because my parents were so upset that, like, they were dealing with emotions. So I felt like I couldn't say I was upset about it. And I wasn't upset. It's just a lot to process. So I think holding that in for so long, I never really talked about it. And so I am still dealing with the effects of that in a way. I still feel like I don't belong anywhere. Even when I do make friends, I feel like I don't belong, you know? It's always hard for me to fit in with a group of people. I do have close friends, and I have my family that I have, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that's like, I'm always like, ugh, I don't fit in anywhere. It's just kind of always in the back of my mind. So, when deciding to leave New York, I still had that mindset where I was like, well, I don't belong here anyways. I don't belong anywhere, so I could go anywhere I want. Which sounds stupid, but like, that's truly, I just kind of like masked my emotions about it and didn't really feel anything because I was kind of in that mentality. Like, nobody wants me here anyways, so whatever. Which I knew wasn't the case, but that's just kind of how my brain took it, you know? And it's very easy for me to turn emotions off when I'm around people. I have always struggled with talking my emotions out. Even in therapy, that was something I was working on forever. And I do think I need to go back to therapy. I think it would really benefit me, even though I do have some tactics that I have taken from it that I do feel help me and I help myself with. But I think being able to talk one-on-one with someone would really benefit me, because for some reason, when it comes to even the closest people in my life, my best friend or my parents, I can't talk about my emotions. This is different because I'm by myself, but when I just get embarrassed. I don't know why. Like, it's like a subconscious thing where I'm like, this is stupid anyways. I don't want to talk about it. That's basically what I do. And it really frustrates my parents because they want to help me. Everyone wants to help me, and my brain won't allow myself to open up like that to a lot of people. It makes me uncomfortable being vulnerable, and it gives me really bad anxiety. It may not seem that way because all I do is talk about my emotions on here, but it's completely different when you're face to face with someone, even if they're your best friend you've known for years. I don't like that about myself. I never have. And I really think in this situation, that's what allowed me to just pick up and move, because I didn't talk about my emotions about it. Everyone just assumed I was fine, which I'm fine to a certain extent. But yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. I think because I hold things in so often, it seems like I make decisions super quickly, which this decision I did, but just in general. But it's just not the case. With anxiety, I think about things over and over and over and over again in my own brain, even if I don't talk about it. So I think about it until I'm burnt out about the subject. And then if my best friend or my parents ask me about it, I'm like, I've already exhausted it enough in my brain that I can't talk about it anymore. But it seems like I didn't think about it at all, if that makes sense. I don't know. So that's kind of just a little backstory on my mental health and how I kind of ended up here. I didn't really think things through fully. I just kind of saw an opportunity. And I feel like for a lot of people, it would work. You know, like, I thought I was one of those people that could just pick up and go and thrive. And for a second I was, but then reality hit. And I just realized this isn't what I wanted. Let me clarify first. I'm not going home to nothing. I do have a job waiting for me, and I'm so grateful for that. It's a good job that I wanted, and it's good money, much more money than I was making here. And yeah, I just want to preface that because I know a couple of you were concerned about that I was just leaving this dream job that I got, which if that job was in New York, it would be perfect. But the pay was honestly not great, way below what New York's minimum wage is. And it was part-time, so I really wasn't making anything. It was just for the experience, which is great, but I would be making more if I go home, which not everything is about money, but that was another plus of going home. I think at this time, I just really need to be surrounded by my support system. And I think I really took it for granted what I had, my support system, like the people around me. I always felt like I didn't belong and I didn't have a lot of people surrounding me. But now that I'm gone and I don't have them around me, I realize how much love and support I actually had. It's kind of like taking things for granted until they're gone, you know, which is, it sounds bad, but it's not that I took it for granted. It's just like, you don't realize what you have until it's gone. And I'm so grateful that I can go back to that, because I think where I am right now, I need people around me to make sure I'm good. And I just want to be around everyone again. And I don't know, I think I'm going to have a newfound appreciation for my hometown and people. I don't know. It's really scary how I've been feeling. I haven't felt this way since 2020. I'm not I wouldn't say I'm in the worst place I've ever been, but I've never experienced feelings like this before. And it's kind of scary. It's quite jarring being completely alone and feeling these feelings. When I was in New York, I had my parents, I had Biscuit, I had my friends, and when I would feel those feelings, they would go away because I would have distractions. I would go out. I would, even just waking up every day and seeing other individuals in my house, it was enough. But I don't have that here. And of course, there's FaceTime, but it's way different. Wow, this is actually really hard for me to talk about. I didn't think it would be. You guys know, my parents and I've shared that we've had our ups and downs, but truly, they have always been there for me no matter what. Sometimes we just don't see eye to eye on certain things and get into arguments, but they've supported me through every stupid decision I have made. They've always been there for me to support me emotionally and physically, and I'm very grateful for that, and I think I took it for granted for a long time. And that's not to say we don't have our issues, but I think I just really need my parents right now. I didn't think I'd get emotional talking about this. I just need my family. I'm scared. I don't like how I'm feeling. I'm a little better knowing that I'm going home, but it's scary feeling this way, you know? And luckily, I was able to pull myself out of it, but I just feel like I'm at a point in my life. Okay, can we stop crying? I don't want to cry. It's like embarrassing. I'm about to do the Sabrina Carpenter tear hack where you just let them fall to the floor and don't ruin your makeup. I think I have masked how I've felt the past few years to myself, not even to just everyone around me. Like, I think I've been really good at pretending I'm okay and convincing myself I'm okay. But I think coming here subconsciously, I was trying to run away from all my problems, but they just hit me right smack in the face as soon as I was alone here. There are really ugly parts of me that I have had to face being here alone. And I haven't handled it well. My relationships are all over the place, romantic and not romantic, platonic. I have gotten drunk a lot by myself. I have pulled myself out of it, thank God. Mostly because it makes me physically feel gross. Drinking is not the answer. I was feeling such intense emotions. I felt like I had to drink to be okay, but never ever do that. I know that. I know that's bad. And luckily it was such a short thing for me, and I'm really taking accountability and watching myself about it. When I was drunk, I made stupid decisions. I reached out to people I should not have. I really embarrassed myself on many, many accounts, and I kind of just dug myself a hole, many holes, and just dug deeper and deeper and deeper. So I'm kind of dealing with the consequences of that. Nothing too bad, just like, typical stuff, I guess. And when you get drunk, you text the wrong people, and I had my fair share of that. So, but that is never the answer, ever. And I'm so ashamed that it came to that. I mean, it wasn't that bad. Like, I'm not like an alcoholic. It was just like a couple days where I was like, I can't feel these emotions anymore, let me get drunk. But I never want it to be that. I don't want to do that anymore. And it was just so easy because I'm alone. No one was holding me accountable. My parents weren't seeing me drunk, and I got so drunk. Like, I hate throwing up, and I've thrown up more in this past couple of weeks than I have in the past 5 years. I haven't drank in a week and a half, maybe. And I don't plan to. So, yeah. And I don't know. I think just like being alone and seeing those ugly parts of myself that I need to work on really made me spiral. And when you're alone, you don't have someone pulling you out of that and kind of making you see life in a better light. It's just you. And it's so easy to convince yourself that life is over and there's nothing worth living for. I don't know if I want to talk about this. I don't know if it's okay to talk about this on the internet, but I want to because I feel like it's important. I did get to a point where this was kind of the turning point for me. I felt like I didn't want to be here anymore. And I felt that before, but this was very different. And I didn't even really talk about this with anyone. I didn't talk about this. Well, I did with one person. I'm nervous to talk about it, but, you know, I think it's important. I've had the feelings of not wanting to be here anymore, but I never thought about doing it. There were like 3 nights in a row where I was trying to pull myself out of it, but my brain, it was like playing this scene over and over again in my head of how I would leave and what I would do, notes I would write, and it was really scary. It felt like I couldn't control it and it was inevitable that my brain would convince me to do it. I think the 3rd night that it was happening, it was really intense, and I got up and was seriously like about to. But instead, I came in my room and I just really tried to pull myself out of it and remember the good parts of life that I don't want to leave. I remembered my parents. I wouldn't want to put them through that. My best friend, I wouldn't want to put him through that. And I just took melatonin, and 20 minutes later I was able to fall asleep, and then I woke up feeling much better. But I've never been that close before, and it was scary. And it felt so real in my head, picturing it over and over and over again. Like my brain was like tormenting me almost. And it was just so clear in my head, and it was really, really scary. I just kind of thankfully snapped back into reality, and, you know, thankfully I'm still here and I am doing better, but I'm not going to ignore what happened. I haven't even really talked about it because it's scary, and like, I know I'm okay and I know I'm not going to do anything. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to get too into it. Trigger warning. I was serious at the beginning of this video. I think I am going to reach out to my psychiatrist and just kind of let her know this is what's going on. But I know I'm at a place now. I know my brain, and I feel like I'm a lot better. And I wouldn't even consider that right now. My dad's going to be here in a couple days, so I just have to hold out a couple days and I'll be good. But that's kind of the main reason I'm going home. I just came down here to run away from my problems, and they hit me so hard that it really backfired, honestly. And I don't know, I feel like I was running away from a decent amount of stress. Like financially, my family has gone through some things, and me not finding a job has really been hard this past year, and relationships and just everything, family members, health, my extended family, like it's just been everything hitting at once. I felt like being here I could escape it all, but it just didn't work, you know. And again, I don't share everything with you guys, but I'm sharing a lot right now. So it may seem that I was just giving up too quickly about being here. If I was in a normal mindset and I was mentally okay, of course it takes time to build relationships and get used to a place, but I'm scared that I won't be able to, because I won't be here anymore, if that makes sense. Like I need support at this time from my family. I just need to be around people to make sure I'm okay. And I think it was different when I lived on my own in New York, like when my parents were in Florida, because Ben would come over every day. Like I would see people. Ben would come over. I had Biscuit. Like even if I just had Biscuit right now, I feel like it would make all the difference in the world. But I don't. I have no one here. My human contact every day is when I force myself to go out and get food, because I can't even like bring myself to cook really, which is bad. I've been better the past couple days. I've been really trying to take care of my body and give it what it needs. And yeah, I think the familiarity of being on Long Island again will spark a new appreciation for me of it, and I don't think I'll hate it as much. Again, you don't know what you have until you lose it, so I think it's that situation for me. My mind is very all or nothing. I either love or hate you. I either love or hate something, and I think I have convinced myself that I hate where I live and the people there, but really I need them and I need it. So yeah. Do I regret coming here? Not at all. I think everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that, even the shittiest of things, to a certain extent. Yeah, I don't regret it. It does suck that I have to leave. It's a beautiful place and I'm so grateful. Like this is very like privileged problems to have, and I am aware of that. So I just want to say that, like, I'm very aware of the privilege that I have to be able to go back and forth and have parents that support me. And I didn't have a job for like basically a year. Like these are all problems that I know not everyone gets to have. I just want to put that out there. I don't want to seem like I am taking for granted the opportunities that I have, because I know I'm very lucky and my parents are very supportive and I have a lot of support around me. I just want to put that out there. It does suck that I have to leave. It's honestly quite embarrassing because I feel like I made it such a big thing that I was moving, and you know, it wasn't that long, and I don't want to explain this situation to every single person that asks me why I come home. It's kind of embarrassing, so I just have to be like, oh, it didn't work out. And that's just like embarrassing. I don't want to deal with that. I really don't. Maybe I'll just send them this video and be like, watch it if you really care. It's just embarrassing. Even to family members, it's like, oh, what happened? It's like, I wanted to die, so I came back. Like, I'm not going to do that. So, yeah. But I do think being here, I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about being grateful. Being grateful for the life that I live, being grateful for all the things I have rather than what I don't have, and being grateful for my hometown and my parents and my friends and the people around me that actually care, and not be super negative Nelly over here all the time, you know? I'm just so excited to go back home. You have no idea. And it kind of sucks that it does have to happen, but I think it's what needs to happen. And I'm happy. I'm happy I'm going home. I don't feel like I'm making a wrong decision. I really appreciate you guys, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, for being here. I know I'm crazy. I am aware, and I really appreciate you like sticking around and supporting me through my craziness. I do not take it for granted whatsoever. Trust me. I love you guys, and all of your advice and support means the world, truly. So don't think I take you for granted, and don't worry about me. I mean, you can if you want. Worry about me, like, thank you. No, but actually, like, I'm okay. People are aware, and I'm going home. So I'll be okay. Honestly, that is enough hope for me at the moment, is just knowing I'm going home, and I'll be home in a little over a week. So, yeah. Also, a big part of why I moved here, I don't want to get too into it, my personal life, but when I made that joke in one of my vlogs that my love life was determining where I'm living, it did kind of determine and was one of the huge deciding factors of me coming down here in the first place. I'll just talk about it. I won't get too into it, but I'll let you know what's going on. So, I know I posted a photo a couple weeks ago of me holding hands with a boy. Yes, that did happen. So I'll make it very brief. There was this boy that I met in high school in 9th grade. And he moved to New York from Florida. We dated briefly. Whatever, it was fine. We broke up. Didn't talk for years. And then he moved back to Florida. And then, right when I was starting college, or right my first semester of college, I got a Facebook request from said boy. And we rekindled. We talked a lot. We had feelings for each other, you know, and we wanted to be together, but he lived in Florida and we couldn't. So it's just been that on and off for since 2018, November of 2018, I think it was. So, you know, that's a long time to talk to someone, and you know, it was on and off. It wasn't consistent. I've dated people in between that, and I believe he has too. And so when I saw an opportunity to move a couple hours away from said person, I was like, easy. I'm going to be on my own. I don't need anyone. I'll be fine on my own. And he'll be there. And we hung out, and it was fine. And, you know, it was cool to reconnect. But then he left, and I was completely alone for a while. Seemingly forever. Like, things went well and everything, but realistically, he lives kind of far away, and I don't know, I feel like we're at different phases of our life right now. Different things going for us, and I don't know. I was like, oh, I thought this would turn out differently. I thought it would be like everything I've ever hoped for, and it just wasn't. Not that he wasn't, but the situation, and I won't get too into it. I don't even know if he'll be watching this, and if he does, I'm sorry. Love you though. Love you, girl. It's just one of those things, you know, like you convince yourself for years, it's like, once this happens, it'll be great. And it was fun, like it was great, you know, we had a good time, and you know, but then reality hit, and I was like, this is not feasible. And it was stupid to even consider that moving down here, but you know, I got it out of my system, the feeling of like, wow, we haven't seen each other since we reconnected. And yeah, I'm being very surface level. I'm not gonna go more into detail, but yeah, I'm going back to New York. I have to. I'm sorry. I want to. So yeah, that's what I meant by that comment, that I let my love life determine where I was living. That's what I meant. I can't just wait around and wait for my happily ever after, you know? That's stupid. I need to focus on me. Moi. But like, I'm open-minded. I'm, you know, nothing's off the table, really. Quite a lot is on the table, actually. Quite a lot. But I really do need to focus on myself and not worry about other people and their problems. I need to focus on mine. That's kind of why I haven't really been vlogging either, because it was a task just to get up in the morning. I was like not feeling like vlogging much, you know? I vlogged a lot when I was home, like a lot. So hopefully it reignites something in me. And I have things to look forward to. I'm starting a new job, which I am so excited for, genuinely. I don't know if you guys remember, but of my vlogs, I had went for a job interview at a college. Went for the interview and I really wanted it and never heard back. Well, apparently I did hear back. I did, but I just never got the message. So I was already in Florida at this point. And so I was looking back, I was like, holy shit, wait, what is this? And it was like an email, and it came up under like a response, so it never gave me a notification for it for whatever reason. And so I reached out on a whim. I was like, hey, I know it's been a couple weeks and I doubt this position is still open, but I'm still highly interested and would love to talk if it is. And she was like, hey girl, give me a call tomorrow. And they were like, so we haven't filled the position. We thought you were perfect for it. And then we never heard back. We just assumed you got a new job, but we didn't get around to filling the position yet. So it's yours if you want it. And I was like, okay, this is clearly a sign I need to go home. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Please. Please. So it is a job I wanted to before I even considered moving to Florida. So yeah, that's exciting. And I think, honestly, I will love being on a college campus again. I miss being on campus. Like, I know it's not my school that I'm going back to, but just that environment, like, I don't know. I really loved college. I didn't want to leave. I liked being a student, which I'm not going to be a student anymore, but I'll be around that atmosphere, and I think it'll be really good for me. And it's a gorgeous campus. Gorgeous. And yeah, there's a bunch to look forward to going home. I get to see Ben again, and we get to hang out and do all fun things we love to do together. I get to see Biscuit. I get to see my parents, and I get to truly say goodbye to my childhood home. We officially have sold it, and we have bought a new place to live in, so that'll be exciting. It's not that far from my hometown, so it's kind of the perfect location. Far enough where it's cheaper, but not far enough where I can't come back all the time. And I'm excited to redecorate my new room. It's gonna be so fun. Like, this room was kind of already set up, so I didn't really get to decorate. It doesn't really feel like mine, but I have so many ideas for my new room. I just want it to be my safe space, and I get to create a safe space for me in a new place, but also be with the people I love and near the people I love in Long Island. I get to have my Long Island summer, and then I get to have a fall season, because there's no fall season here. Ain't no leaves changing, ain't no cozy flannels and jackets and all that. No, not here. But I get to go home, and then me and Ben get to go to Sleepy Hollow again, and I could go to Salem again if I wanted to. It's not as hard. There's so much to look forward to, and a lot of things that I felt like I was giving up that I didn't realize I was giving up, I get to go back to. And I am so happy. Truly, I'm very happy to go home and see everyone and my family and just get back to it, you know, live life again. Feel like it's just been torture here the past like 2 weeks. It's like every day my parents call me, they're like, only 5 more days till dad comes. And I'm like, that's a long time, but okay. Like, every day has been agonizing. I just want to be home again. I want to be on Long Island. Long Island. Oh, I gotta get an egg sandwich as soon as I go back. And a slice of pizza. Will I be able to eat it? No. But I'll be able to take a few bites. I don't want y'all to think I'm too crazy. I'm doing okay, really. I know I talked about some dark stuff. But, and if you guys are ever struggling, please reach out to me, please, because I know what it's like to feel like you have nobody, but you'll always have someone with me. And I mean that. Like, just sometimes I don't see DMs all the time because I always forget to check my requests, but I'll check now. And I will make it a point to check. On Instagram is the easiest way to get in contact with me, or comment down below your Instagram handle if you need someone to talk to. I'm here. I do suck at responding, I will say. That is one of my flaws. but I really do try and I care. It's not that I see it and then I ignore it. Like, I genuinely either don't see it or I'm like, oh, I need to respond to this when I am not like somewhere else physically or mentally. So I will try my best. So yeah, my Instagram's always linked in the description. I think that's pretty much it. I think I got everything off my chest. So that's what's going on. I feel like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. You know what's happening. Hopefully you still stick around. I don't see why you wouldn't. There's a lot of Halloween content coming up. Listen, Summerween is upon us, and right after that, spooky season. It's right around the corner, y'all. Spooky season is coming. For me, at least. Maybe not for you guys. But for me, spooky season starts in July. It starts in July. I don't care. I don't make the rules. After July 4th, Halloween. It's Halloween for me. Getting ready for Halloween. All the Halloween stuff comes out around August. Sometimes July. But that's when I start getting excited. That's when I'm like, listen, people are... you can't even say I'm crazy because I just watched so many videos of people like doing Halloween things now. Girl, I'm not even doing that. I should though. I mean, when am I not doing Halloween things? It's always like Salem is in my heart and Halloween. So yeah, I found this YouTuber, Ghoul Hunt, I believe. A new YouTuber, I believe. She already has more subscribers than me. She just started a couple weeks ago. Period. Love that. Period for you, girl. Share the wealth. I liked her videos. She has 2 up right now, as of right now. And it gave me all the Halloween vibes. Anyways, no more ranting. That's all I wanted to say. If you made it to this point of the video, thank you for listening to my crazy ass talk about my problems. I love you. And I will return the favor if you DM me and you have something to talk about. I will listen. I truly will. Comment down below a box, like a moving box emoji, if you made it here. Or an airplane. Take your pick. I think that's all I want to talk about today. Thank you so much for watching, as always. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next video. Take care of yourself. I love you. Bye.